For more on today's verdict and what comes next, we want to turn to criminal attorney Stuart Slotnick.
He joins us now live from his office in Midtown. Stuart, good to see you. Let's talk about the scope of the trial here. 50 witnesses, 6 weeks, 9 hours of deliberating. That wasn't all that long. R. Kelly himself didn't take the stand, didn't testify for himself. What do you make of the scope of how this all played out?
Well, the prosecution put forward overwhelming evidence of his guilt. The jury felt. And you could tell that because the verdict came in 9 hours. That's not very long. When verdicts come in quickly, they're usually very bad for a defendant. And in this case, R. Kelly's luck ran out. He had previously been on trial for another case years ago, and he thought he would give it a shot. Didn't work out this time.
As far as the racketeering charges went, was that part of the strategy for prosecutors?
That's absolutely a part of the strategy for the prosecutors. The racketeering charges brought under the RICO statute allows them to bring in evidence that's decades old. Things that he can't be prosecuted for in other cases, they can introduce evidence in this case. And so, of course, they wanted to introduce all of the evidence, long-term evidence, historical evidence. It was very important to the prosecution's case.
Sentencing is
convicted, and he could potentially serve.
Sorry about that.
Potentially serve decades.
Yeah,
decades in jail.
Sentencing is on May 4th. We don't know exactly how that's going to go down. He can appeal based on the court only being open to jurors and the media. How would that even make a difference?
You have a constitutional right to an open and fair trial, and that's a basis, and convictions have been reversed on those grounds. There was a live feed, so that'll be a very interesting question. It's a grounds that he has to appeal, and he's going to fight. He will continue to fight, and he will appeal it. So we'll hear about that soon.
Alice mentioned in her report that there are other cases still pending in other states. Do those cases play a factor in what's happening here in New York?
They don't really play a factor what's happening in New York, but it could play a factor as to what happens with his sentence. He's going to be sentenced in New York before those cases go to trial, and he could get consecutive time on top of an already very long prison sentence that he will receive.
Okay, thank you very much, Stuart Slotnick, criminal defense attorney. Thank you for the insight tonight. We appreciate it.